So, welcome to the quest for details. The next thing that we're going to fill, maybe even our 3 remaining tumblers that are not spinning currently with, obsidians, all the different types of mahogany, the different colors of sheens that we've found and that we've cut, whole different mix, all kinds of chalcedonies, shades of jasper. I'll try and do this without slicing my fingers on all the different obsidians. But you can see it is a just random mix of everything. There's cherts and everything. So I'm going to spend some time dividing these into these recycled little containers that I have here by their softness, basically. I just want things like these common opals to be with things that are the same softness, and then we're going to fill tumbler loads with them and see how they all turn out, because I think that will be beautiful. And there's a whole bunch here, so I will show you them sorted out, and then we will load them up. Oh, thank you for not cutting me obsidian. Do a couple more grabs here. It seems to be being friendly. Trick is to not push hard when you're dealing with sharp stuff, obviously. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's a little exciting in its own right. I had no idea this was all laying at the bottom of the tray. So, let me divide this up and then I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll show you the next part. Okay, it's morning. It's the next morning. And we have sorted it into big old chunks of stuff that fell off in there. Some of them just ugly bits and bobs that whatever. And things that aren't going in the tumblers. And then basically 3 loads that are, because we have 3 5-pound tumbler barrels. So in this container, I sorted out the harder silicate. So I have obsidians and jaspers. They're not exact equals, but they're equal in this sense of what we're doing here, because you'll see the other materials. So we have some chalcedonies, agates. You might recognize some of these from previous episodes. So that's 1 barrel basically. Bunch of pieces of mahogany and all kinds of stuff. A lot of these are the different sheens of the obsidian. And so that will be barrel 1. Let me put that in there. So that's not bad. That actually brought us up pretty high, but not as high as I want to go. So my plan was, we have this leftover material here, these fine bits and bobs, and I'm not going to spend that much time going through beyond that. And I am thinking that I'm going to use that as my medium. It's all the same general mix of stuff as we're going to put into our 3 separate barrels, but this all combined. So there's a lot of hard material and soft material in there. But that's fine, and overall it'll make a good medium, I believe. And so I am just going to fill the rest of the space in these with that. Basically is going to be my plan for what we do with everything that was tiny. And probably run the bowenite by itself and just add a little bit more of this into our travertine. What are you doing in there? Agate? I'm thinking probably the agate back in there. There's more agate. You need to... Okay, so that barrel's done. Boom. It's going to be as high as I go in there. And this... Whoosh, one-handed work in here is our bowenite. So look at all the different pieces that we've gotten from making all of the different projects that you've seen since day 1 with that material. Those are all beautiful little translucent pieces when they're done. Ooh, nice sound too. So that's going to basically make up its own barrel, because it goes quicker than like an agate hardness. So I want to be able to monitor it on its own. Man, some of those are just going to be nice. Right there. So That's going to be another barrel. Let's load that up. And that didn't go quite 2/3 of the way, and it's going to reduce quick, but that's just going to be what that is because I don't want to mix it up. All those fine little pieces I don't want to have to separate out from other rocks later. We already did the sorting, so that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. Now this is a couple bars like that. This one I think is going to take a bulk of these. This was common opal, travertine, stuff like that. I think it's going to take the bulk of this material right here. And I had to kind of look at it all in the barrels to figure that out. Let's see if we can't just shake. Not sure how that mix is going to go. Might break that puppy in half. That should be fine. I know, random, but that's the point of this. We're just cleaning out the machine. This will probably only take 3 weeks to be completely done with these cycles on this. And because a lot of them are just teeny tiny, a lot of that will turn to dust. The ones that don't, we can sort out, and I will show you all of that. So we need to go put 4 teaspoons of the roughest grit into each of these barrels. I figure we're running about 2 pounds of rock in each one of these 5-pound barrels. So 2 teaspoons is your general rule of thumb per pound of rock. 2 teaspoons. So we're going to put 4 teaspoons in each of these and water up to the top of the stones. And then put them on the machine. So there we are. All ready to seal up. Actually, all ready to go put the grit in. That's next. The other good thing about moving the shop is the sunlight that comes in. And the view. We would like to invite you to come visit our online treasure shop. In the description below is a link that you can click on, which will take you to the store. There you can find all sorts of beautiful rock and mineral specimens, as well as handcrafted jewelry made from our finds on the Quest for Details, and all sorts of other custom creations. Whether you're looking for that special little something for yourself to add to your collection, or trying to find the perfect gift for someone else, we have an ever-changing selection of unique and one-of-a-kind items to browse through, and every purchase helps support the Quest for Details channel. But why? The reasons we have for rockhounding can be as varied as the types of stones that we seek and the kinds of people we are. There are those who hunt the most rare or the most expensive, or the best example specimen of each kind. Those who let fancy and beauty dictate what is paused upon and or kept. Some find their solitude and silence in hours spent focused on the gravels, unfocused on all else. And some who make it about the ones that they are with, and encapsulating the moment, finding the best solid objects to select, to hold, and use as a physical keepsake of the place or time, a reminder when gazed upon years later. Some for shape, some for texture, some because they are a piece of home. Some for their translucence, some for their strength, some for the jewelry they will make. And though we gather them and carry them someplace else, and think we are keeping them, it is us that will go, and they that will stay. And in the end, we are just as the rivers and winds, transporting them around, depositing them other places, sometimes shaping them, grinding, polishing, showing off the beauty of their form in that moment, in our own individual perception of what is precious, and what is beautiful, and how those differ, and how that is okay. And each searches their own secret spots, okay with whatever might be found, and always questing the moment, to hold it and know its worth as much as the little solid reminders we collect, to ponder over later if we are so lucky.